I am Janie Lynn, co-founder of the High Vibe Tribe and Galactic Light Coder. I'm excited to share with you one of our guest speakers that is participating in the Home and Back Adventure program. I'd like to introduce you to Paul Williamson from South Wales, who is a past life regressionist. So welcome, Paul.
Thank you very much, Jane. Yes, it's actually New South Wales in Australia where I am at the moment. So probably
and
the opposite side of the world to Wales, but
and the opposite season too. So you're in the middle of winter and we're in the middle of hot summer.
yes, well, it's still quite warm here in Australia, but yes, I've got my jumper on this morning.
Yes. Oh, cool. So in this Home and Back Adventure program that we've created, we're going to be unveiling some of the mysteries around death and dying. So Paul, can you share just a little tad bit on your take with NDE, with near-death experiences?
Yes, well, I work with hypnosis and work with people accessing the memories of past lives that they've lived, and other experiences also connected with their present lives. But what I do in that regard is helping people to experience where they die in their past life. And when they go through that experience, inevitably people have that awareness of leaving their bodies and rising upwards towards the light. And I know that this is very much akin to near-death experiences, where people also have this experience of going to the light or somewhere that feels very peaceful, but they get pulled back. It's not their time or something like that. And with the past life experiences, people don't get pulled back, but they keep going and will rise up to a place which is very beautiful, very peaceful, where as a soul, they'll feel free and they'll feel able to be themselves in a very remarkable way.
Which is
And
huge right now.
it's huge. There's no fear in that place. And it's like in that perspective, there are other souls, and souls are in harmony with each other, able to cooperate. And it's a world which is so close to our physical reality, and something that people can access very easily. And when they do that, well, it's just something where a lot of people completely let go of their fear of death, because they know that there's something more to their lives than their physical body. And yeah, I think for people in this world here and now, that's a very good thing to experience.
Yes.
And the more we can bring that spiritual world into our everyday consciousness now, I think we could have a really beautiful, peaceful, loving world to live in.
Absolutely. So before we hit the record button, you were telling me a little bit about you had an almost near death.
Well, I don't know that I almost died, but yes, when I was about 10 years old, I was riding my bicycle. Yes, I thought I could get past this car that was looming up on my right-hand side, but I didn't quite make it. And the car just clipped the back of my bicycle and I went flying in the air. And I had the strangest of experiences, because it just seemed like I was just floating so slowly and time just slowed down completely. And I felt such a lot of peace and serenity. And I knew I was going to go flat on the ground sooner or later, but it just went on and went on and went on. And suddenly I did splatter onto the ground and I was bleeding and, a bit of a state. But the experience of getting there was great.
That is so cool. Have you helped, have you done any past life regression work on people who have had NDEs?
Yes, I've had lots of people that I've worked with who, from experiences that they've had, have been prompted to come to see me. Um, and it's often the case that when people do have near-death experiences, that will open them up spiritually, and people will start to have an inquiring mind to know more about what's inside of them and about their connection with spirit, and much more interest in the meaning of their lives, because that's what these near death experiences open up. And so, of course, people come to me so that they can gain some direct experience of that, and often through their past lives and journeys into the spirit world. I'm also a practitioner of life between lives. I was trained with the Newton Institute, and
Oh,
that work is
awesome.
very, very interesting.
Yeah. Very cool. So this has been just a little taste of what you will discover in the Home and Back program. So thank you so much, Paul, for sharing, and make sure you click the link below the video to register so you can hear a lot more.